to another episode of Shit Hotels of Australia. Tonight I'm staying at the Comfort Inn Glenfield here in Toowoomba in southern Queensland. I'm staying here for a conference presentation tomorrow, so this is a work booking. However, even though my company is picking up the tab, the rack rate for this motel is $122 a night, so it certainly is the sort of place that I would be booking normally. And so let's check it out and see what the Comfort Inn Glenfield is like here in Toowoomba on this, I must admit, quite noisy road. So it looks pretty much like a bit of a concrete jungle here, but let's go inside room 27 and see what it's like. Quite light. Here we have a fridge, microwave, kettle, toaster, glasses. Coming through here we have quite a small TV, little separate dining table, study desk, couple of easy chairs, aircon, standing lamp, queen size bed, built-in decks and bedside tables, and bathroom. Not too small. But what do we have here? Had these in a number of hotels that I've stayed in. The old hand soap, hand and body lotion and shaving cream in a dispenser. Must say I'm not a fan, and I'm particularly not a fan when they're in the shower, having to constantly squeeze out shower gel to clean every part of your body. Probably end up squeezing it about 15 times. A little bit of a waste, I think. Don't think it actually saves anything. So what else have we got? A bit more storage here. Ironing board, iron, blankets, hangers, some clean pillows. It suddenly gets a little bit dark when the sun goes in, so turn on a bit of light. And then outside, a little balcony. The room was marketed as garden view with balcony, but maybe it might be garden view, but highway noise. I didn't pick this hotel, but it's the sort of shit hotel that I probably would have picked in terms of the noise from the traffic. And now there's Shit Hotels of Australia fridge noise test. And I must admit, I've got my ear against this fridge and I can barely make out the noise over the noise of that traffic. And now the Shit Hotels of Australia instant coffee check. And the Comfort Inn Glenfield, it's cut above International Roast, but it's still only Nescafe, with an expiry date of August 2024. Now, I'm starting to get a little bit annoyed about this because I started doing the instant coffee test because I'd noticed on lots of hotels I'd stayed at on the way up here that many of the instant coffees were well out of date. But every single one I've done in Shit Hotels of Australia has been in date. Maybe they replace them once every 5 years or so. But anyway, well done Comfort Inn Glenfield. The coffee's in date, but I won't be drinking it. Now, it's good to see that the Comfort Inn Glenfield hotel here in Toowoomba acknowledges the fact that Toowoomba is actually at 700 metres above sea level, and so unlike many other Queensland hotels, actually has a bit of a quilt in their bed, because even though it was about 34 degrees outside today, tonight outside now it's about 17, which for the long lost Tasmanian is pretty good actually. It's just like home. In fact, it's great. This is quite interesting. It says, during the COVID pandemic, we removed all of our plates and cutlery from our rooms for hygienic reasons. If these are required, please request from our reception team. Sorry for any inconvenience. I think it is a little bit interesting that they removed the plates and cutlery for hygiene reasons, but it's okay to leave glasses and mugs and teaspoons, obviously not cutlery. The comfort in Glenfield, if we can actually hear myself over the noise of the traffic, has an on-site restaurant, Crystal's restaurant, but unfortunately it's not open for dinner tonight, so I'll be getting my food somewhere else and might check it out another time. So, Comfort in Glenfield has a pool. I won't be using it tonight, but it's good that it's there and it looks actually swimmable in, so that's saying something compared to some of the shit hotel pools that I've seen in my travels. So yeah, nice one. So yeah, it is a little bit of a concrete jungle, but let's check out the guests' laundry. And here in the laundry we have 2 washing machines, a dryer, coin operated. Actually looks like that one is out of order. So we've got this one here. You've actually got to pay at reception for this one, which is a little inconvenient if you are doing your washing out of hours, as most people tend to do. But nevertheless, it's good that they actually do have a laundry. Well, that's interesting. Opening up the compendium, it says, unfortunately, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we were forced to close our restaurant Chrysalids for in-house dining. We are hoping in the future we make this part of our motel feasible again. Well, the pandemic has been going on for 3 years now. Oh, no, right. They do have room service menu from Monday to Friday. And here's the room service menu. Fairly basic, but not particularly overpriced. However, I think I might be choosing something a little bit more exciting somewhere else. So now we'll check out the TV and Wi-Fi. First, the TV. And looks like we have some sort of action. We've got a red light, changes to a green light. That's exciting. Oh no, we've got a channel. Okay, let's see what other channels we have. Okay, free-to-air channels. And looks like here we've got some pay TV channels, some Foxtel channels. Okay, so that's one up. Not sure what else we've got on this TV, because if you can see the remote, everything is worn off and I can't exactly tell what most of the buttons are actually for. So we don't know whether we've got YouTube or Netflix or whatever at all. Anyway, let's check out the Wi-Fi. Okay, I am connected to the Wi-Fi, we can see here. So let's try Netflix. See if we can watch The Recruit. Yes, we can. So, TV has all free-to-air plus some Foxtel channels. Wi-Fi works. Looking good so far. Maybe it might be a bit of a struggle to hear the TV over that traffic. So let's have a look at the upkeep. And at first sight it looks not too bad. A few scuff marks here where the table is brushed up against the wall. Again, some scuff marks on the back of the little desk. a large crack which appears all the way through and quite a few scuff marks down below. Return to the very worn TV remote. Just sort of scuff marks pretty much on every corner, but nothing really major. In here, in the bathroom, again a few little chips. But I guess the thing that's most frustrating is that the toilet doesn't exactly flush. Oh, that one does. Okay, the number 1 flushes, but the number 2 doesn't. So I guess if you're doing number 2, you've got to do twice the number 1s. So brand names are quite interesting and quite important. I mean, I don't think I've ever stayed in a Comfort Inn hotel in Australia before, but what do you think of the brand Comfort Inn? What do you think of when you hear that phrase? I've stayed with Comfort Inn in the US, and in the US, Comfort Inn is a couple of steps up above Motel 6 and a step or so down below Holiday Inn or Best Western. It's a good standard hotel with just a little bit above the worst, good facilities and a little bit of quality about it. And to be honest, this one here in Toowoomba, the Comfort Inn Glenfield, just doesn't feel like that. It feels like a typical Australian, very low range budget hotel. And I guess with the price, and I just looked on Google, they actually rack rate tonight's $118. So I guess for the price, that's about all you can expect. But it's interesting, the brand versus the reality. And as I said, haven't stayed in Comfort Inns in Australia before, so maybe the brand has a different reputation, different feel here in this country. Interesting. So when I said that the TV had all the free-to-air channels, I didn't actually check very well, did I? Because tonight I want to sit here and watch the Hobart Hurricanes in the Big Bash League, starting on 7-2 for the first hour, and the TV does not have 7-2. So I've just got normal old 7 with a choice of baseball from Toowoomba. It's not exactly the same. Not happy, actually, Comfort Inn. One thing I wanted to do was watch the Hurricanes tonight. I know from my sins they've lost the last few games and have to miss the first hour. Oh well, it's going to tuck into dinner then.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
You saved Comfort Inn Glenfield. Fox Sports has got the Hurricanes. That was an anxious few moments there and a few nervous tweets. But fortunately, Fox Sports has come through with the goods, and I can sit back and watch the Hurricanes, and it looks like almost 10 overs, the Stars 2 for 66, looking like a good start for the Tassie boys. Shit Hotels of Australia is not sponsored by Established Titles. I mean, really? Buy 1 square metre of land in Scotland and become a lord? I mean, okay, that must be a scam. And even if they are preserving vegetation, even when a dick like Noel Phillips can see that it's a bit of a scam and changes his sponsorship deals, then no sponsorship from Established Titles for Shit Hotels of Australia.
The following day.
So it's night 2 of my stay here at the Comfort Inn Glenfield in Toowoomba, and a couple of little comments to share. Firstly, it's a 2-night stay. Room was serviced after one night. Bed made, toilet paper folded back into that little point again after one night, which is pretty good. I mean, only staying 2 nights, you would expect that they would leave the servicing until after I checked out. One interesting thing though was they didn't replace the towels, although I have a second towel here, but they did take away the hand towel and not replace it. All the bath towel was left, the bath mat was left, The face washer was left. All of those have been used, but they took the hand towel away, which is interesting. So normally I'd be checking out tomorrow and I'd be giving you the pirate score, but bonus, or perhaps not, I'm actually going to be staying for another night here at the Comfort Inn in Glenfield in Toowoomba. And that's because the conference that I went to today to do my presentation, when I checked there this morning, they said, oh, your presentation's on tomorrow. We've changed the program. And they didn't actually think to tell me. So I've spent all day, admittedly, sitting in a couple of interesting sessions at an education conference that would have been relevant to me in my previous job and not so much in this job. But at the same time, rapidly contacting my company and trying to organise changes to my flights, change of additional hire car days, and another night accommodation. And in the spur of the moment, I asked for them to book me another night here at the Comfort Inn, which they did, and the company does it through Expedia, which made it a little bit difficult when going into reception to actually negotiate and rationalise the rooms, but they were really, really helpful here at the Comfort Inn Glenfield. They were able to blend the two bookings and allow me to stay in this room, same room, room 27, for another night. They had to shift someone out that they booked in for tomorrow night, but that's neither here nor there. That person didn't know which room they were going to be in. So that was great that the Comfort Inn Glenfield could do that. But it was only after that that I thought, you idiot, pirate. You could have actually asked your company to book you a different hotel, and you could have made another video about another hotel that would hopefully sort of fit into the shit hotels of Australia bracket. So I just walked next door, basically, across the road, and about 200 metres away to Kmart. Bought myself a pair of jocks. I had to buy 3 pairs of socks, and a polo shirt. What did it cost me? $3 for the jocks, $3 for the socks, and $5 for the shirt. But anyway, I'm here again at the Comfort Inn Glenfield, and look, as you would have got the hint so far, it's not a bad hotel. It's a little bit noisy with the traffic, and I'll be going to the conference tomorrow and doing the presentation that I plan to do today. So in the meantime, and by the way, Noel Phillips, you know how you lost your bags by Air Callan in New Caledonia, and therefore you had to chuck a little hissy fit and get a plane out to Singapore, where you were going to Japan anyway, and then decide, oh no, you couldn't stay away for another 5 days without any clothes and whatever, and so you had to leap onto a business class flight and fly back to your new home in America because you couldn't nip down to Uniqlo or any of the other stores like TK Maxx that they've got in Singapore and buy yourself some clothes for another few days. Now, okay, you might have had some medication in that bag that Air Callan lost, but hey, I'm going a day without my medication and it hasn't affected me yet, so harden up a bit, Noel. When things go tough when you're travelling, you just got to roll with it, as they say. Noel, Liam. Okay, so we'll see you again a bit later on, and I'll do the final pirate score for the Comfort Inn Glenfield, and we'll wait and see what score it gets. But in the meanwhile, I'm going to sit back and have this glass of red and watch a little bit of TV tonight. Finally got to watch the Hurricanes last night, scraped in a win. It was a bit tough, but I think I'll watch some Netflix tonight, take advantage of the really good, pretty good streaming speed for the Wi-Fi here at the Comfort Inn Glenfield.
Several days later.
Drink up me hearty Joe.
So now it's time for the all-important pirate score for the Comfort Inn Glenfield here in Toowoomba, Queensland. So first we'll go for cleanliness and upkeep. Okay, room was clean, had a few dings here and there, a few scratches. The toilet didn't flush properly, which was a bit of a problem unhygienic wise, and the room was serviced each day, which was a nice touch, but that sort of non-replacement of some towels was a bit weird. But all in all, it was okay, it was average. So cleanliness and upkeep, 3 stars. Facilities. Okay, it had a separate study desk and a separate dining table, which was good, some lounge chairs, but there was nothing to cook with or even to eat off due to hygienic reasons. I guess you can't get food poisoning if you don't eat. So that was a bit of a letdown. So for facilities for the room, 3 stars. Add-ons. Well, they had a restaurant, but it was closed due to COVID. It's 3 years now. But they did have room service meals. The laundry, okay, was okay. The fact that you actually had to pay at reception for the washing machine, a little bit frustrating, considering that reception may often be closed when you want to do your washing. And it had a pool that was, at the very least, it looked swimmable in. So for add-ons, 3 stars. Entertainment and Wi-Fi. Well, the Wi-Fi speed was great, and the TV had most free-to-air channels and some Foxtel channels. And after my original panic with 7 Mate and thinking I was going to be missing out on watching the Hobart Hurricanes in the Big Bash League, that Foxtel channel did come to the fore and save the day. The TV remote was so worn you actually basically had to guess which buttons were which, and the TV itself was pretty old and quite small, but it worked, which was all the most important things. So for entertainment and Wi-Fi, I'm going to give it 4 stars. Bed and bath. Okay, the bed was a little bit soft and lumpy, and to be honest, the water pressure in the shower was a touch of home in a bad way. It was almost non-existent. And as I said, I'm not a fan of those shower gel shampoo dispensers. And again, there was that toilet issue, that flushing issue again. So for bed and bath, 3 stars. And now, the better than home bonus. Well, I guess the intro was a little bit of a giveaway, as is this outro. The traffic noise during the day was pretty much horrendous. And while it was quieter at night, I still had to resort to earplugs to actually get a quiet night's sleep. So, unfortunately, that's no bonus. So the final score for the Comfort Inn Glenfield here in Toowoomba is 16 out of 25. Okay, as always, if you've enjoyed this video, click like. It was good to see I got my first comment on it from a viewer the other day on the Grand Chancellor video. That's great, keep it up. Click subscribe, and we'll see you somewhere again in the room in a shit hotel of Australia. Catch you later.